Chicago Fire Season 14 Fall Finale, the winter premiere plunges viewers back into the intense aftermath faced by Severide and his team. The episode opens with Severide and Van Meter reviewing principal comments from social media regarding recent troubling incidents. As they discuss the situation, Severide's attention is drawn to a suspicious figure in a hoodie walking away from the building outside, setting an ominous tone for what's to come. Meanwhile, Kid attempts to update Severide over the phone about Isaiah's mother's condition. However, Severide, focused on the unfolding scene, lets the call go to voicemail just as smoke alarms begin blaring from the stairwell. Responding quickly, Severide opens a door to find the stairs engulfed in flames, including the back stairs, blocking their usual exit route. Without hesitation, Severide and Van Meter improvise by using bedsheets to fashion a harness and rope, preparing to rappel down from the apartment to escape the fire safely. The two firefighters secure the harness to the principal, who is trapped inside, attaching the other end to the bed frame to provide an anchor. Carefully, the principal climbs out of the window to safety. Just then, Van Meter begins to falter, collapsing after a sudden burst of flames injures his shoulder. Severide quickly helps him out the window next, following close behind. Once outside, a good Samaritan helps escort the principal to the hospital, but Van Meter collapses again as an ambulance arrives on the scene, underscoring the severity of his injuries. At the hospital, Severide immediately calls Kid to inform her of the situation. Kid relays the information to Isaiah, who promptly decides to pack his bags and come to support his mother. Severide, now at the medical center, undergoes a quick checkup before heading down the hall to see Van Meter. There, Archer delivers grim news. The next few hours will be critical as Van Meter's oxygen levels remain unstable, and if they don't improve soon he might not survive the night. The tension builds as time passes with no clear sign of recovery. Kid and Isaiah arrive at the hospital, and Severide updates them that Van Meter's condition remains precarious. Just then, Detective Gerard arrives to assist with the investigation into the arson and the associated online hate campaign they've uncovered. He brings the name of the creator of a Facebook group linked to the harassment, Lily, a student at the school. Severide and Gerard question the principal about Lily, but he reports no direct conflicts with her. As they prepare to leave, Archer pulls Severide aside to reveal that Van Meter has been placed in a medically induced coma to aid in his recovery. Severide is visibly shaken by the news and takes a moment alone to assure Van Meter, tearfully, that he will find those responsible and make them pay. The investigation intensifies as Severide and Detective Gerard interview Lily, questioning her motives for creating the Facebook hate group. Lily claims she barely knew the principal and that she started the page just for entertainment, to watch people vent online. When asked about her whereabouts on the night of the fire, Lily insists she was at home, supported by her mother who tries to curtail the questioning. The mother also requests that Lily remove the page to put the matter behind them, but Severide insists the page stay active to allow ongoing monitoring. As Severide continues to dig deeper into the case, Kid informs him that she and Isaiah have a Zoom call scheduled with his mother's care team, which sounds hopeful. Kid assures Severide she has things under control, but he insists on being present. Just then, a video is posted to the Facebook page from the night of the fire by a user named Malcolm, prompting Severide to pursue this new lead immediately. Severide and Detective Gerard track down Malcolm, who flees down a fire escape when they arrive at his apartment. They follow him to the rooftop, where Severide finally confronts him. Malcolm admits he did not start the fire, confessing instead that he posted the video for clout. He also points out the direction the arsonist fled after setting the fire. This new information helps Severide realize that their original suspect, Wyatt, lives on the same street where the arsonist was spotted fleeing. However, Severide notes that while Wyatt has a solid alibi, the investigation into his father reveals some questionable details. Further investigation by Detective Gerard uncovers photographic evidence confirming that Lily was not at home during the fire, clearing her as a suspect and shifting suspicion elsewhere. Gerard provides Severide with a list of IP addresses associated with anonymous users on the Facebook page. As they analyze the data, Severide uncovers a pattern that implicates Wyatt's father, whose alibi is not as airtight as his son's. The episode reaches a climax when Severide and Gerard bring Wyatt's father in for questioning. The interrogation quickly becomes heated, with Wyatt's father pushing Severide's buttons until Severide loses his composure and is forced to leave the room. This outburst results in Severide being removed from the case, leaving the investigation unresolved and Van Meter's fate hanging in the balance. In a parallel storyline, Pascal and Mouch join forces to fight the decommissioning of Engine 51, a move that threatens Mouch's job and the firehouse's future. Pascal, eager to take action, learns from Annette that the process is already underway. Wanting to keep Mouch informed, Pascal calls him into his office to break the news. Mouch is confused and worried about what this means for his career, especially considering the department's recent budget cuts. The union rep suggests an alternative route for Mouch to appeal the decision through the Civil Service Commission rather than the union, encouraging him to pursue that option. Pascal tries to leverage his recent experience with Vasquez's transfer to negotiate with the chief, but the chief reveals that the decision to decommission the rigs came from the mayor's office, above his authority. This bureaucratic obstacle frustrates Pascal, but he remains determined to find a way to save Engine 51. Meanwhile, Herman visits Mouch and questions why he is reviewing old performance evaluations. Mouch explains the dire situation with the decommissioning and his hope to appeal to the Civil Service Commission Board. Herman offers his support to help gather evidence and make the case. Pascal confronts Annette at City Hall, demanding answers about why she lied to him regarding the decommissioning. Annette reveals that several rigs are on the chopping block and suggests that Pascal consider fighting for the entire Chicago Fire Department, not just Engine 51. She hints at a promising future for him beyond his current role as battalion chief. Pascal acknowledges the opportunity but is conflicted about pursuing it if it means sacrificing the welfare of his team members. Annette leaves him to ponder the choice, adding a layer of political intrigue and personal conflict to the ongoing story. This episode skillfully intertwines the high-stakes arson investigation with the internal battles facing the fire department. Severide's emotional struggle to protect his team and find justice for Van Meter contrasts with Pascal and Mouch's efforts to safeguard their firehouse and careers amid political pressures. The unresolved arson case and the uncertain future of Engine 51 set the stage for further drama and character development in the series.